Hey, good morning, guys and gals. Your old buddy Tim, riding and ranting on a rainy Monday. Isn't there a song about that? Monday, Monday. No? Rainy, park another Monday. Anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic day. The start of another week in the lovely world of real estate. Riding and ranting today a little bit today about mortgages, getting a mortgage for your home. Now, the reason I'm ranting, and it's really not a rant, is more of a concern than anything. I have several clients that do not have the best credit in the world, and there are multiple mortgage programs available to them, and that's a good thing. I'm glad that they have the option of buying the home, even though their credit is not fantastic. The thing that concerns me is there are mortgage programs out there now available to folks who don't have tremendous credit, and they're programs like 100%, 105%, no money down kind of programs. Now, the thing that concerns me is, do you remember the crash? And again, this is a totally different situation, but I can't help but thinking about it because when the real estate crash and the mortgage crisis hits, I think that was primarily due to the fact that there were so many junk mortgages on houses. There were, one of the famous cases was a waitress in Miami who had somehow managed to get mortgages on 3 or 4 multi-million-dollar homes. So they were handing out mortgages like bubble gum back then, and things crashed. And so here we are a number of years later, and it seems like we're kind of moving back in that direction where folks with a credit score of even like 620, 630, which is pretty low, are managing to get 100, 105% loans, no money down, no money out of pocket, kind of mortgage loans. And so that to me kind of scary. I assume that my mortgage buddies know this topic much better than I can, and they can explain it. And then maybe I'm waving a red flag needlessly. It just seems like, it's kind of risky. Now, I know why they do it. It's because most Americans have lousy credit. We are a society that lives on credit cards and monthly payments, and typically you don't ask how much is that, you ask how much are the monthly payments. And it's that mentality that's gotten a lot of folks, myself included at one time. I have not always had the credit score and the credit that I have now. My credit's gone up and down over the years, primarily because it was tied to business dealings. But I understand it. Most Americans do not have great credit. That does not reflect on them as a person. It just kind of reflects on the mentality of easy money and the ability to get it, spend it, and sometimes not pay it back. All that said, there are these mortgage programs out there. I'm going to get some of my mortgage buddies on the video. Tom Marion with Movement. There's Steve Allen with the mortgage firm, and several others. I want to get them on here and get them talking about this, and so I can better understand it, and hopefully you can too. So I think at the end of the day, the question is, okay, not if you qualify for a particular mortgage, it's can you afford the mortgage payments? I've talked about this on video before. I had a young man that was pre-qualified at $100,000, but there was no way he could afford the payments on $100,000. Realistically, it was more like 60 or 70 grand. So just because you can qualify for it does not mean you need to get the loan, blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. I've preached about it before on the program. So, just act like you got some smarts. And I do think it's great that these programs are available. Don't get me wrong, because I want everyone to be able to afford a house. But that is the key phrase there, to be able to afford a house. All right. So there you go. I'm gonna get some mortgage guys on the line here and get the lowdown on these programs. And a lot of times you have to work to get your credit up before you can qualify. We'll talk about that too. All right. In the meantime, if I can do anything for you when it comes to real estate, regardless of the weather, regardless of the day, and by and large, regardless of of your credit score. Everything can be worked on. Give me a call, 679-0704. Find me on the web, revolved.com. Keep in mind, we are Revolved Realty. We are a flat fee listing company here in Madison, but we serve all of North Alabama, offices in Athens and Madison. If we can do anything for you, happy to do it. As my boy Emmett McDaniels would say, what in the world can I do anything for you? No, that's not even close. I think I just had a mini stroke. What Emmett likes to say is there anything in the world I can do for you today? And that applies. All right, I've talked enough. I'm babbling now. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Have a good week.